I'm Amber from Everything Embodiment. After the September solar eclipse, I was wiped out. I thought stepping back from Instagram would help, and it did. But then TikTok started to pull me in. Before I knew it, I was up at night researching the latest horrors, and I had lost my center. This episode is for anyone who's felt their nervous systems hijacked by the news, apps, or doing the right thing online. I'll share what happened to me, what I learned, and simple, practical, energetic hygiene tools you can use today to protect your energy and stay embodied. Welcome to the Everything Embodiment Podcast, where I will help you find peace, understanding, and love all within your human body, enhancing your mind-body connection through the exploration of vast ideas, concepts, and modalities. Discussions all meant to propel you along your own unique spiritual journey. I'm your host, Amber Miller. What's up, you guys? I'm your host, Amber Miller. It has been a few weeks. Thank you for holding out for me. I was just knocked out after that full solar eclipse at the beginning of September and really called to just work through a lot that needed to be released. And honestly, I had just nothing left to give. So while it was challenging to put my business to the side for so long, it was a call I couldn't ignore. Speaking of my business, it's definitely feeling some growing pains. What started as a Reiki business like 2.5 years ago, it has evolved so much from that first day, but that was always the plan. I just keep following my sacral response, and right now I'm really feeling a call to teach. So I am slowing down on the one-to-one sessions. I haven't stopped, but I've definitely pulled back as I navigate how teaching will continue to look for me. I loved my energy and intuition training, and the first beta cohort was an invaluable experience. There are tweaks I would like to make before bringing to life the second round. So again, as I follow my sacral, my intuition, my guidance, my business has taken a bit of a pause. So stay tuned for upcoming announcements there. Which brings me to my next topic of discussion, social media. I have truly been mindful of how my energy feels when utilizing these platforms, and each make me feel a different way. The call to pause my Instagram started as a message I got from my guides that my ego couldn't believe, and I convinced myself it was an egoic message and I ignored it. The message to step back from Instagram got louder and louder until I couldn't fool myself that it was ego. I couldn't keep fooling myself, I guess. The moment I posted that I would step back from Instagram, I immediately felt that energetic shift. And suddenly I was getting real traction on my TikTok after working to grow that for like 1.5 years, maybe more. I was finally getting the vanity metrics that felt really validating, and it was like an instantaneous reward for stepping back from Instagram, or so I thought. Because only a week or two into my newfound growth on TikTok, I got that same message it was time to stop posting on TikTok. And for a moment, I was bummed, but knowing how Instagram played out, I was more willing this time to listen to the advice. And I think it was like the next day, there started to be rumors about the new direction of the American TikTok and how the algorithm will work. So it was just kind of a no-brainer. I had to step back. So I made that similar announcement that I'm stepping back. So where now? You can find me on the Neptune app. I think it is still in beta. It's only available in the US at the moment, and it's only available on the iPhone. But in this moment, this is where I've been led. You can't even go live on Neptune. It's very promising, but very limited in its current representation of it. But it feels good there. And I'm truly excited to see how this all plays out in the ever-evolving Everything Embodiment brand. So that leads us right into today's topic, talking about energetic awareness and hygiene during these unprecedented times. How tired are we of hearing this? So I myself fell victim to information addiction, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm an energetic healer. Like, I know better, and it still happened. And it all started when I chose to get informed on the genocide happening in Palestine and I just couldn't stop researching. There was no depth I could reach that would be the end of the research. I was staying awake till 12, 1 in the morning, which is like a big no-no for me. I could not stop digging to find more. Finally, after like a month of this, maybe more, my husband told me, all you do is talk about the most depressing news. I don't even like talking to you right now. And that was such an important conversation that we had. So, what is information addiction exactly? That would be when your nervous system and design of online platforms lock into a loop together. On one side, your body is on high alert. It's in a hypervigilant nervous system state. It's scanning for threats or answers. And on the other side, algorithms are designed to notice exactly what you linger on and then feed you more of it. The result? You get stuck in repeated exposure to content that drags your energy down, usually fear, outrage, or despair. And you might be prone to it more than others. For some people, it's not random and it's actually in your design. It could be traits in your astrology, human design, and personality patterns. Some of us are just wired to research deeply, to notice patterns, and to connect the dots. And it is a gift. But there is a shadow side, and that is the overconsumption. You keep clicking because your brain believes the next link will bring in that missing piece, but really it's just pattern recognition gone into overdrive. The key distinction: informed versus consumed. The antidote isn't to shut your eyes to the world. Staying informed is important. The problem is when informed slips into consumed. So being informed means you know enough to understand what's happening, you take aligned action when you can, and then you return to your body, your family, your daily life. Being consumed looks like endless scrolling without integration, nervous system fatigue and despair, and a real disconnection from your intuition and your real world presence. And that's why discernment matters. It's about noticing, am I choosing to engage with this information or is it pulling me out of myself? So here are some tools I use now and recommend for these unprecedented times that just don't seem to end. Set yourself a clear news window. Give your nervous system limits. Choose 1 or 2 short intervals a day to catch up on the news. For example, morning, evening. Don't do it within the first couple hours in the morning. Keep it 15-20 minutes and then close the tab. Outside of that time, save any links to a news list for later. This stops binging and lets you stay intentional. 2, practice your source triage. Not all information is created equal. Stick to reputable outlets or first-hand reporting instead of the rumor mills, the people on TikTok, the endless reposts. If a headline spikes panic, pause. Cross-check one reliable source before reacting. This keeps you out of the fear loops that keep you sucked in. Next, create some phone boundaries. My husband and I call it the White Lotus Bag ritual. I don't know if you guys saw the latest season of White Lotus, but the resort that they were staying at, the wellness version of the White Lotus, they had electronics were off limits. And they took everyone's phones, electronics upon arrival, and they were able to pick it up at when they were checking out. So me and my husband joke, it's time to White Lotus our phones. So designate a physical phone off place, a drawer, a box, or even a literal bag. Use it during meals, family time, and before bed. For me, it's when I get home in the evening after work, after picking my kids up for school, put that phone away. So you can make it ceremonial if you need to, put it in the bag, close it, take some grounding breaths. This simple act retrains your energy to belong to you and not your screen. Next, use embodiment anchors. Interrupt mental spirals with your body. Between sessions or scrolling breaks, take 3 to 5 minutes for grounding, and that's as easy as just a few deep belly breaths, pressing your feet into the floor, rubbing your hands together, washing your hands. These anchors bring you back into the present moment. Next, I personally love do energy clearing micro rituals. Sweep away the lingering heaviness. Visualize a white golden light pouring over you from head to toe. Imagine yourself inside a protective bubble. Seal it with the mantra, I am informed, not consumed. You can also, I tell myself that when I'm in like full sunshine, I just imagine the sun really cleansing my energetic field. And if you want to take it up a notch, end your day with a salt soak, either just a foot soak or a salt bath in the tub, and really just visualize the energy being cleansed. What no longer serves you is being washed away. Next, hold social boundaries. Not every conversation needs to spiral into a debate. If a discussion feels draining, try changing the topic, setting a limit, asking, do you want solutions or do you just want to be heard? This keeps relationships supportive instead of exhausting. And then I just have to say, if you're getting into an argument with someone online, just be aware that bot farms exist. They're meant to pull you in, keep you engaged, keep you acting on that platform. It's all by design. So just also, if this is an online issue, ask yourself, is this even a person that I'm talking to? Next, build a community, and with that community, set containment. Have one or two trusted decompression buddies. Do short, intentional check-ins where you can vent, then close the container. Or set a 10-minute download call to release the energy after heavy news. Containment prevents endless spiraling. And now my last step. Shift into creative or active processing. Instead of doom scrolling, channel your energy into one aligned action. Donate. Sign a petition. Write one thoughtful email. Create something healing. A post, artwork, a journal entry, or a poem. Action moves you from helplessness to empowerment. And honestly, I don't want my social media to be this just endless pit of bad information. I want to be a light in this world. I want to create content that sparks light in others. So while I don't currently feel called to post on Instagram or TikTok, I do feel good about the Neptune app, and I'm going to create content there. So I've got some practical micro habits to help you move through the day. In the morning, do a 5-minute grounding. It doesn't even have to be that long. And set the intention for your news consumption. So again, you can find some grounding practices online. If you don't know where to start, you can write your own. Just be intentional, and again, set that intention/boundary for the news consumption. Midday, even if it's 1 minute, take a stretch, do some breath work before checking the feeds. And if you're able, do it after too. And then at night, keep the phone out of the bedroom. This is embarrassing. I had to buy a clock for my bedroom because I didn't even have one because I've just relied on my phone for so long. So we have a clock now, phone out of the bedroom, and just take 10 minutes to wind down. No news, no threads, just check in with yourself. I always do an energetic scan before bed and just really loosen my body, scan for any tension, I do check in with my mind, like what have I had any reoccurring thoughts, any reoccurring feelings, like process those, and just truly wind down before bed. So those are just some things that I do. I would love to hear what you guys do. I just think that we're in a time where it is very important to be mindful and intentional and remain free thinkers. And when we are trapped in low vibration moods like fear, we are unable to receive any sort of intuitive guidance or even stay grounded to have discernment. I want to pause here and say this. I love Reiki. I love being aware of my energetic centers. I love having sessions. I love trading sessions. I love performing sessions. But it's been one of the deepest tools on my own journey and with my clients. Reiki clears, balances, and restores the flow of energy in ways that we are sometimes, it's hard to even put into words. But here's a piece that a lot of people miss. The work doesn't end when the session is over. If you aren't intentional about grounding after an energetic healing session and really bringing that cleared energy into your body and into your daily life, you can undo a lot of the progress you just made. Reiki opens the channels, but grounding seals them. Without grounding, your energy is like water poured right through a strainer. It runs straight through it. With grounding, that same water fills the vessel and becomes nourishment you can carry forward. This is why I stress the importance of grounding. It's essential. All right, you guys, being informed matters, but so does the quality of life that we create while we're informed. If this episode landed for you, try a grounding technique. Tell me how it felt at everything.embodiment on the Neptune app. I am building my next round of the embodiment energy and intuition certification, and I'll be sharing more practices like these. If you want to be the first to hear about this, join my small list at everythingembodiment.com. Be gentle with yourself. The work is steady, not frantic. The astrology is only getting turned up for the next, there's not a lot of real relief globally, collectively, for a long time. So not to invoke fear in anyone, I truly believe that we are able to still live beautiful, enriching, fulfilling, wonderful lives, but globally we are going through a major period of systemic change, and the message I get over and over and over and over and over from my intuition and my guides is the importance of a grounded nervous system. Okay guys, that's enough. Stay grounded. I'll see you next week.